To my channel, and today I'll be discussing to you the top 5 passive income for every Pinoy. So kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you! So what are the top 5 passive income for every Pinoy? But before we go on, let me discuss first the two types of income. First, we have the active income, which require physical work. Second is the passive income, which of course very little or doesn't even require you physical work, like rentals, interest. So for this one, we will focus actually on the paper asset. Okay, so we will discuss about passive income related to paper asset, passive income that doesn't require big capital, passive income that can increase cash flow. So hindi natin pag-uusapan dito yung mga passive income na you need to sell first before you realize yung passive income. Like for example, in real estate, we need to sell first the property. Like for example, if it's we bought it at 5 million and then it appreciate up to 7 million. So we will not discuss those things. We will focus on paper asset. Okay? So first one is what we call LTNCD, or long-term negotiable certificate of deposits. So ano nga ba tong LTNCD na to? Yung actually way ng isang bangko to raise capital to support its operation, or if they need to raise capital and then they will lend it to some borrowers, then they are doing it with a certain amount of interest. So kagandahan dito, this is actually a tax-free, no? Kasi usually LTNCD is 5 years, okay? And the rate usually from 3 to 6%. So as compared to the regular saving deposit, this one is really good as a source of passive income. So what are the advantages of LTNCD? First, of course, it's less risky because usually it's secured, or there is an insurance from PDIC up to 500,000, and of course it's there is a guaranteed interest given by the issuer, which is of course the bank. And then another advantages is that it is tax free actually, because most of these are long term, so usually 5 years, and of course it's tax exempt. Another one is requires only low capital, and because there is a high yield also, usually higher than the regular savings account. So this is good for a conservative type of investor, and that requires a capital preservation plus high yield of returns as compared to the regular savings account. So next is we call the MP2. MP2, as you know, is guaranteed by the government, and based on the previous performance, it ranges 7 to 8%, which is higher as compared to the savings account, and even actually higher some bonds and preferred shares. What is good in this is that you don't require a big amount, so anyone can start and invest in pag-ibig MP2. and it's very easy to have it, because if you are already member of the MP2, the regular pag-ibig, and then you can just simply enroll online. And of course, for conservative, this is really good for us, and it's guaranteed by the government. Third source of passive income is what we call preferred shares. So, as you know, we have two types of shares. We have the common and preferred. What is good in preferred shares? Actually, there is a fixed dividends, and it is less volatility as compared to the common shares. And actually, it's more secured, because in case of liquidation, they are the first recipient, or they will be papers before the common shareholder. Another thing is that it doesn't also require big capital. You can easily buy from stock market, and the yield interest usually ranges more than 5%. So it is a good source of passive income. At the same time, the capital, your capital will be preserved, because it's less volatility as compared to common shares. So number 4, of course, is the dividend paying common shares. No, usually, if you will buy a shares in the stock market, if you want to have a regular inflow, you have to choose those company that has a higher dividend yield, that they are giving regular dividends. Basically, you can search which are these companies in a stock PSE, Philippine Stock Exchange. Even in your broker, you can actually check those companies that are giving high or having high dividend yield. I'm specifically mentioning dividend yield because it depends on the market price of the stock. So if it's lower, so usually that's a good one, as long as it's a blue chip. It's an opportunity na you can buy it, and then you'll give you a higher dividend yield. Also, when you are buying a common stock, you have to consider the 3 dates: the X date, the record date, and the paying date. What is important there is that you should buy the shares before the X date, because that's the basis who will be receiving dividends when the company declares on. Also, sometimes, or most of the time, these good companies, this blue chips company, are actually giving you a good dividends. So it is another source of passive income, aside from the possibility of capital appreciation. But again, even if the market is down, you have the assurance that you will have something, that you can receive something from this company, as long as they are profitable. For sure, they will be declaring dividends. The last passive income that I'll be discussing is the corporate bonds, or you can also consider the retail bond. So usually, the big companies are issuing bonds, and you can take the opportunity to buy their bonds, kasi they have a fixed interest income or fixed interest rate, and of course, it's guaranteed by the your capital will be guaranteed by the corporation. The only risk there is that if they got bankrupt. But you have, of course, before you invest in a bonds, you have to scrutinize the company. It is stable, it is a big company, of course, and this one can give you a good yield also. I saw around 5% or more than 5% for some corporation like Ayala. They are showing a good bonds. So you just have to go to a newspaper. They usually publish their bonds, or if you have a good relationship in a bank, usually they are giving you heads up, no? And you can buy from them or directly to the company. So you just have to see the features, no, of these bonds, but it's a good source of passive income also. So that's it. These are the 5 passive income that for me can be avail easily. Anong status pa ng buhay natin, we can easily buy this source of passive income.